Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Everyone have a good weekend?
Very good.
60% or more of business is psychology, and it's building teams and teams that work well together. And we're very proud of the brand and culture here, and we work hard to build it and preserve it.
Working on it.
Everybody do this. All the way. Primates do this. They do this because it makes them feel better, and it will also shoot off endorphins in humans.
All right, one more time. Let's do it.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, now let's get down to business.
It is a massive competitive advantage to understand yourself and to understand others. And it helps us all get along much better.
All right, our first case today is Mike Reardon. It will be on the right leg, and this is going to be a foam post protocol. So he's already been through complete treatment. We're just playing some cleanup on him. Our next case is going to be Maddie Heese. She's our young patient for the day. It's going to be also a right leg. We're going to be doing foam on her. This is her first treatment, first leg. And then our last patient will be Loretta Lynch, and that's going to be an RF, and that's going to be on her right small saphenous vein. She's also a new patient, so this will be her first leg, first treatment as well. Anyone have any questions over anything? No?
Nope, sounds like a good day.
Ready to make people feel great again?
Yeah.
Of course.
Libby, what's your job today?
To make people feel great again.
Michelle.
To make people feel great again.
Matt.
To make people feel great again.
Dana.
To make people feel great again.
Julia.
To make people feel great again.
Tashish.
To make people feel great again.
Jill.
To make people feel great again.
To help people feel great again. That's our mission.
All right, leg time,
Leg
Julia.
time.
Take it away.
All right. Ooh. Let's see if I can get him out. Ooh. All right. So let's see whether it's a joke or a quote. Oh, it's a quote. Work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen.
Good.
Hey, don't we have some extra patients on the schedule today?
Oh, we also are treating some cherry angiomas today. So raise your hand if you're getting a cherry angioma treated.
It sounds tasty.
It's going to be very tasty.
Sounds tasty, but they're ugly, and we're gonna stamp them out.
They don't stand a chance.
All right,
Say your goodbyes.
Break it up and get to work.
Good job.
All right.
My name is Mike Reardon. I run City Cycle and Supply Company in Clearwater, Florida. And I had some severe varicose veins, and I've had treatment for about a year and a half.
What's cool about Mike is he's a Marine. He's an ex-Marine. He was in intelligence. He's strapping. He's well-built. Heck, I think he's 60 years old, but the guy looks great.
Well, I was told I had varicose veins when I was in my late 20s, early 30s.
He owns a bike shop, riding a bike all the time, but his legs are a mess.
If you could visualize a whole lot of night crawlers being put underneath your skin.
Swollen, discomfort that were interfering, preventing daily activities.
And said to my wife, did you know my back of my legs look this bad? Because apparently the back of my legs looked a lot worse than the front. And the front didn't look good.
We treated him, mostly last year through our initial protocol, and then we need to bring him back in a few months and complete that protocol. And so that's where Mike is.
I'm here today for one of my follow-up appointments to get some varicose vein work. It's a foam treatment that I've been getting that's been working great.
So we're gonna go and see Mike. We're gonna do some of the secret sauce at Vein911, which is foam sclerotherapy, ultrasound-guided foam sclerotherapy. Mike's been through complete treatment protocol, and he has a few residual veins left over, and we're gonna go pick them off right now. So Mr. Mike's legs were really pretty freaking terrible, and the only reason that his legs had not fallen off by the time he saw us was he's in excellent shape. And people, of ideal body weight or regular activity, they tend to mask their symptoms in some cases, but often they look worse than they feel. And Mike was one of those folks, even though he's just riddled with varicose veins. And so it's been a process. First of all, his bad veins are like weeds. They got roots. And we got to go through the flower bed and spray all those weeds. He was like an acre lot that had been overgrown for
40 years.
Yeah.
And so
Easy.
if veins were bugs or roaches, as here in Florida, most docs spray what they see, and we fumigate the leg with our foam sclerotherapy technology, so the veins can hide, but they can't run from my ultrasound machine. Through a very tiny needle, using ultrasound guidance, we inject this foam medication into the veins. It destroys the lining of the vein on contact, and it's absorbed by your blood in about 8 seconds. So we're not leaving anything behind. The foam pushes the blood out of the way, acts undiluted on the vein wall. So it's just really amazing technology that, again, is underused in this country. Most of these have already been treated, so he's really after his initial treatment protocol. But and he's feeling great. And for the vein docs out there, his venous clinical severity score has improved considerably. And he's darn near walking advertisement, except for these ugly ankles right here. And one of our favorite terms is corona phlebectatica, which is even more confusing now with this virus thing. But in any case, this is classic corona phlebectatica. And if you've just got this, that's all you need to tell a vein doc that you've got advanced vein disease. So don't let any doctor tell you that swelling of your ankles is a normal part of the aging process. It's not. So here we go. That looks a lot more. Looks a lot nicer. Yeah, we don't stick these tongue depressors in people's mouths around here. We scrape the leg of gel with them. Pinch, that's it.
You don't even feel that. If anybody's freaking out of needles watching this, it hurts more to step on a seashell.
The only one who doesn't like needles is Dr. Pittman. I'm petrified of the darn thing, so. Injecting the foam. Now, that beats the heck out of surgery. I can't use expletives, but that beats the heck out of surgery. And we got another target here. I'll be ready in a moment. So if anyone's following along on the screen, you're gonna see some black pipes there, and they're tortuous or kind of twisty-turny. And these are just pinch little varicose veins under the skin that we're gonna get. And statistically, this is gonna help Mike with his swelling. And so again, we're in, there goes the foam, and the black line turns into a white line. And we're just watching the foam do its thing. Okay. Mike's a really bright guy, but don't put it off for 20 years. Don't suffer like that. There's no reason to. Vein disease can cause real lifestyle limiting symptoms, and if you don't have answers for the way you're feeling in your legs, seek out a vein care physician. Dan is gonna do a gelectomy. Don't be afraid. We're very protocol driven here, so we'll see Mike again in 2 months after the treatment, reassess how he feels.
The results are phenomenal. You just gotta stay on top of it, be patient.
We're gonna treat Mike as long as he keeps feeling better after we drop an F-bomb on him, F-bombs on him. So as long as he's feeling better after F-bombs, 2 months later, we're probably gonna keep giving him foam. It'll slow down and then stop. And then maybe it'll go a year, 2 or 3, and he'll say, Doc, I'm starting to feel that stuff again. Okay, great, let's do an ultrasound. I see a branch or two, why don't we hit it with an F-bomb? It's that simple. Maddie went to the Harvard of Florida. It's the University of Florida. You know, very, very prestigious school, at least here in Florida.
And then when I graduated, I was looking for a gap year project to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with my life, if I wanted to go to med school, decide if I wanted to go to PA school. So I shadowed Dr. Pittman a day in January. He offered me a job.
And she's 23 years old. About 10% of teenagers, by the time they're 19 years old, already have diagnosable vein disease. They already have what we call reflux or leaking veins.
I started looking at my legs, obviously the appearance, and I noticed little spider veins in certain areas. And then regurgitating the symptoms back to patients when I would do little patient education sessions about heaviness, itchiness, aching legs. I just, after saying it probably 100 times within the first 2 months, I was like, oh, I have all those things, actually.
So there's 4 things we evaluate when we're looking at someone with potential vein disease. History, patient story, physical exam, or what we see. An ultrasound helps us evaluate whether someone has legitimate vein disease or not. And the 4th thing is a monitored hose trial. So with Maddie, and with most patients, we will put them in a pair of measured, fitted, high-quality, graduated compression hose and have them monitor their symptom response. So what we often do is have them wear their hose 2 days on and 2 days off, and 2 days on and 2 days off. And within a week or so, your average patient will know whether these hoses are helping them feel better or not. So with Maddie, we certainly did that, and wow, her itching got better. She could stand longer, she didn't feel heavy, aches and pains went away. So it helps us sandbag the case, It helps us put it all together that yes, this is all coming from her vein disease, and yes, she is a good candidate for treatment.
All right, so I'm just gonna take a look real quick with ultrasound. We're gonna get you prepped for the foam. So we're gonna start with that great saphenous vein there. We'll start up top with the foam and we just work our way down. So just because I'm marking a spot doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna poke you there.
Needles don't really freak me out, but I also, they're pretty long here, so I don't know. I'm definitely nervous. Tickles.
Good, keep that thought when the needles come out. All right, so we're gonna get Dr. Pittman. He's gonna come in, he's gonna take a look, and he'll start up top, like I said, and just work his way down. Doesn't mean he's gonna poke all these spots, but there's just areas he's gonna look at with that great saphenous vein, okay? Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
All right, let's get the
Let's
doctor.
chill.
All right.
So Maddie, what a trooper. She's helped me do these a million times, and now she's going under the needle. So we're gonna do complete foam sclerotherapy on her. We're not doing any thermal ablation. It's all gonna be foam, and she's gonna do great.
Pinch, 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 pinch. That's it.
Oh, that's really not that bad.
And you were wondering after all those years.
It burns a little bit, which people
Okay.
always say.
Well, I shouldn't disclose this, but you did say you were nervous, and she's a young lady.
No, I am
and,
nervous.
And her veins are totally in spasm for you doctors out there. So
Are they small and going?
They are teeny tiny, and you're challenging the living bejesus out of Dr.
Well, my
Pittman
heart
here.
is pounding.
Um,
I might look calm.
do we need to take her pulse here, or
No, I need to learn how to do that.
why don't you take it for us, since you were a medical assistant at one time?
Yep, I'm nervous.
Yep, I'm nervous. Anyway.
Well, it's one thing to watch this done all the time, and I'm
Right.
standing normally where Libby is,
Right, exactly.
and then you let other people do it to you.
Exactly. No, I get it. Gosh,
But I'm very excited for this to happen.
I would probably be full-on Valium if I were here, because I'm just kind of a sissy.
I couldn't imagine being filmed on Valium.
I sing when I'm on that stuff. I do. And I'm even more hysterical from what I hear. I tell even funnier jokes. Anyway, this is going really well.
How does it look?
And perfect, like it usually does. Yeah, we're gonna get an anterior accessory saphenous vein. That's the one that goes across the thigh here. So, anyway, this beats the hell out of surgery.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I couldn't.
By golly. By golly.
I honestly, I get
I
why
just
people...
can't help myself. You got that, camera guy? I love that ShamWow guy on TV, you know what I'm talking about? He's probably too old. Actually, isn't he from Australia? You're from Australia. The ShamWow guy? I can't remember.
know.
What, from somewhere in the United Kingdom. Somewhere in the kingdom. Got that camera guy? Ah, okay. Yeah, Maddie, you wouldn't need to challenge the living bejesus out of Dr. Pittman, but it's 30 years of experience, camera guy. Don't try this at home. Okay, very good.
I did it.
She did it.
So that was a bit of a challenge because Maddie was very nervous. And so young ladies' veins tend to be very spasmy. And so basically her vein was like this. You had to get the needle right into the lumen, or the center of that vein. And it was quite a challenge, but 30 years of experience, no problem. However, I wouldn't try that at home.
The long needles are not as bad as I thought they'd be. But as far as pain, there was not any, which is nice. So he gave me a pair of compression hose, which I'm very excited to wear. I always tell my patients that they need to wear them for 2 weeks, so now I'm gonna get a taste of my own medicine.
My name's Loretta, and I'm going to Dr. Pittman for a long-term ulcer I've had on my leg that hasn't been able to heal yet.
Oh boy, Loretta's story, what a compelling story.
Shaving my legs, and I nicked my leg, and the wound never healed. So I went to a dermatologist.
Twisted story of dermatologists, wound care doctors.
After about 6 months, she says, I can't do anything more for you, so I went to a vascular surgeon.
Has an ulcer, so the worst manifestation of vein disease.
The wound just wasn't healing. It was actually getting more angry looking. It was getting red. It was kind of infected.
Just class 6 rapids, right? And really never got the venous treatment she needed to cure these ulcers.
And I went to the wound specialist, and he recommended, at that time, he goes, you know, I'll scrape, what they call scraping the leg. It's just to keep it like keep the dead skin off of it so like new skin can grow back. And they said, you know, he goes, you need to go to see Dr. Pittman. He's the best that's in the area. And he goes, you really need to go to the best. Today I'm here for my first procedure, which I'm very excited about, with Dr. Pittman.
Miss Loretta, she has a trunk vein on the back of her calf that we're gonna pick off with thermal ablation. And then when she comes back, we're gonna get all the other branches with our secret sauce, ultrasound-guided foam sclerotherapy.
You ever heard that expression, weather's here, wish you were beautiful?
Yeah, that's a Jimmy Buffett song, I
Is
think.
it?
Yeah.
I think you're right. Changes in latitudes, changes attitudes. Actually, I was actually thinking of that the other day. I need to add Jimmy to the greatest hits recipe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we've got him in there, and we really need Jimmy in there. So anyway, how you doing?
Good.
We're about halfway done, really.
Okay.
Okay. How's Deanna doing?
She's doing great.
She's not hurting you
She
yet?
deserves a raise, actually.
How did you know?
What is that little machine doing over there?
We're sewing Vein911 emblems. You probably remember. You probably remember what a sewing
have any
machine
tattoos when I walked
sounds
in.
like, right?
Well, it sounds like that, yeah.
Actually, you know, we do that at the end. Legs by Vein911. We tattoo your leg. You're gonna think it's so good looking. We kind of memorialize it that way. Anyway, what we're doing is we got the little device in place, and we're just putting a little saline around the vein. It's called tumescent anesthesia. Pinch, pinch. It's mostly saline. It's a little bit of numbing medicine or lidocaine. And we need to do that for 3 reasons. It provides anesthesia. Patient's not going to feel what we're doing. It also collapses the vein around the thermal device, the device that gets really hot.
And it also absorbs heat. And if we didn't use tumescent anesthesia, the patient would scream bloody murder, and you'd hear it way beyond the reception room.
This is all preparation for the thermal ablation procedure. So we're just getting prepared for the moonshot. And then the procedure itself will take maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll be done.
Essentially, we're cauterizing the inside of the vein. And if you kill the lining of the vein, the whole vein will die. It's like killing the queen bee. So we just have to heat up the lining of the vein enough to kill it. The whole vein will die, and your body will absorb it. So we don't do any surgery. Remember, friends don't let friends get surgery. So that's what thermal ablation does. It heats the lining of the vein.
So I'm going to talk to you about when we're done. So top 3 things are doctor's orders: go to the mall or wherever you like to walk around for a half hour. A little activity after this isn't a bad idea.
Okay.
Actually, I don't want you to restrict any activities. There's no reason to. The only lifestyle change is going to be the thigh-high compression hose that you're already used to. Because the worst thing we do to people is some thigh-high compression hose. Anyway, you're pretty much living in the hose, but they only have to be on the treated leg. You can go bare on the other leg. The hose make no significant difference to the outcome of the procedure, so don't even need to really wear the hose, except for you will feel better and recover faster if you wear the hose. So most people wear their hose. The hose actually are going to be more important when we do the magic foam. And remember, the foam is where we get rid of all the branch veins, because we want you to look as good as you feel so you can be a walking advertisement. We're very prideful and selfish like that, so even if you don't care how you look, we do. Because if you feel better and look crappy, no one wants to come to us, so.
Okay.
It's pretty easy for us to make you look good too, so that's gonna happen come heck or high water. Almost done, and Deanna's gonna get you all tidied up after we get all these dressing things off of you. I'm really gonna mash on you here, okay?
Okay.
So we're ready to get started. You ready?
Yep.
All right. She didn't fall for that at all. The real nervous types go, what? She's just amazing. What a fun lady. So we're going to bring her back in a couple days, and we're going to continue with our secret sauce, ultrasound-guided foam sclerotherapy. She's got a bunch of little branches that she needs picked off, so that's what we're going to do. Vein sniper.
It was amazing. It was quick. Dr. Pittman explained everything that he was going to do. It was painless. As far as wound healing, Dr. Pittman says we're going to start from the top and work our way down till we can get the big stuff done and then the smaller stuff. And then I'm going to have runway legs very shortly. I'm super excited.
What are we doing today?
We are taking care of this guy.
What is that guy? Does it have a name?
It does. It's a cherry angioma.
My name is Julia, and I am a vein care specialist and physician assistant at Vein911.
Have you named it?
Oh, I have not. I've been with him a long time, though.
Working here definitely has its perks. Dr. Pittman saw me on one of the first days that I started working here and said, I want to get rid of that for you.
Anyway, cherry angioma is a very, very common thing on humans. They usually start in our 20s, and they start as a tiny dot, a tiny red dot. And then they become a spot, and then they heap over. And that's why they call them a cherry angioma. So we know that that's been her friend for a very, very, very long time.
I've had this cherry angioma for 15 plus years. It has gradually gotten larger over time, and I have been wanting to get rid of it.
Dr. Pittman just put on the Honey, I Shrunk the Veins glasses. It's polarized, so it's like putting a black light on things, and you can really see things a lot better. And at first glance, they look like moles, but they are not moles. I am certain they're cherry angiomas. And so we were just all excited because I truly believe we're going to be able to get rid of all of these for her.
I was pretty nervous, just you never know what to expect with a procedure, but I had some numbing cream applied to the area prior to the procedure, so I was nice and numb.
The Vango birdie is chirping, so that means we're ready to go. They can be very disfiguring. Legs, particularly the trunk. So some folks, they look great, great shape, and nothing says I'm middle-aged like a cherry angioma.
So we tell patients often that the Vango procedure feels just like a rubber band being snapped on you, and I have to say that is pretty accurate. It was a sharp little sting, but it was very quick and tolerable, and I was quite pleased.
So we're just starting with some smaller ones so she'll get used to it. This probe is probably smaller than a hair shaft. It's extremely tiny. You doing okay?
I'm nice and numb, I think.
It's shrinking. You know what it reminds me of? The Wicked Witch of the West when they got all the water on it. I'm shrinking, I'm dying. That's what's happening right now. This has been her little ugly friend for so long. I'm sure you have a bad name for it.
I really don't. I try not to think about it.
So I would keep that clean and dry. I think I would put a Band-Aid on it so you don't pull on it. You want to take a peek at it? It's all charred up.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah.
I put a Band-Aid over it, kept my hands off of it for the rest of the week, and eventually the cherry angioma fell off, just came off, and I love it. I'm very pleased that it is gone.
Dr. Pittman likes hot dogs, so we've got Vein911 unicorn stampede of staff eating hot dogs for lunch today. Where are the best Chicago hot dogs? Right here at Mel's.
Mel's Hot Dogs is great because Mel is here.
Mel's a real character, and his hot dogs are as good as he is crazy. And we all know why we're here. It's because of Matt. I challenged Matt with interacting with a patient. He's our operations director, and he's very good with patients who are dissatisfied for all sorts of reasons, usually insurance related. And I said, if you can turn this lady around, because she was tough, I said, we're all going to Mel's Hot Dogs. Everybody, have a great time. See you back at the office this afternoon.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence at Mel's Hot Dogs.
My legs are 1,000 times better. They feel lighter. I don't have leg cramps. I don't have the heaviness. I don't feel like I have to constantly sit down and put my legs up. I want to say thank you to Dr. Pittman. The treatment I received at Vein911 seriously changed my life for the better. I highly recommend it.
My leg is actually fully healed, so I'm able to go swimming now in Florida, which is an amazing thing. And I'm very excited about that. And it doesn't look raw anymore. It looks just like the rest of my leg. And it's thanks to Dr. Pittman.
It's crazy thinking back that I started working at Vein911 just because it was a good opportunity to help me pursue my career. And I never thought it would have benefited me personally so much as far as getting my legs treated. I'm very grateful for the opportunity I had at Vein911, and it really did change my life.